Good morning, everyone. My name is Claretta Sastrokusumo. I'm from Informatic Engineering major with the name 20221310 and 15. In this beautiful morning, I would like to tell you my take on the title. This house will allocate resources towards adapting to climate change rather than mitigating or preventing climate change. I'm on the government side on this title because I agree with this statement. As we all know, climate change has been happening a lot. According to NASA, climate change describes a change in the average conditions, such as temperature and rainfall, in a region over a long period of time. Not only does it affect the social and environmental determinants of health, the consequences of climate change now include, among others, intense droughts, water scarcity, severe fires, rising sea levels, flooding, melting polar ice, catastrophic storms, and declining biodiversity. How do we handle this? Or what's the best solution for this issue? Simple. Resource allocation. Resource allocation is the allocation of available resources for various uses. The allocation of resources is important because the resources owned by the government are limited in number, while the demands of the community are very large and even unlimited in number. Let's take one sector that is affected by climate change, and let us implement the resource allocation method and see how effective it is. We'll take economic. According to source iberdrola.com, climate change is now considered one of the greatest threats to economic stability, as well as its serious impact on the environment and people. Climate change is one of the biggest threats to economic stability. Heat waves. It makes us less able to work and it reduces our productivity. Hurricanes, cyclones, and typhoons devastate millions of people, leaving them in absolute poverty after ruthlessly sweeping away their community. Drought during harvest, further complicating the arduous task of feeding the world population, which is expected to reach 10 billion by 2050. This was said, I take it from source United Nations Organization on the World Population Prospect on the year 2019. The World Bank is warning, if we don't do something immediately, climate change could push 100 million more people into poverty by the year 2030. Resource allocation is involved in both economics and management. If you want to run a successful project, for example, then it is important to have the right resources. These resources can be tools, financial aid, or humans. When all these combine, the result will automatically be reflected. Here are the benefits of resource allocation. It helps to reduce the cost of the project. If we could estimate how much of the things we're going to use to make a project, of course it's going to help us reduce the cost. The second, it increases productivity. If it controls the issue of reducing productivity on our human productivity because of how climate change affected our health, then resource allocation could help increase productivity or to solve this problem. The third one, it improves employee engagement in the project and help to satisfy them. And then the fourth one, timely and successful delivery of the project is done. Not only could it estimate, I'm sorry, it's a bit noisy here. Not only could it estimate the cost, it could also estimate the time and how successful the delivery of the project could be done. And then the last one, it also helps to achieve best result with the existing resources in hand. Sorry, my bad. In the long term, an effective resource allocation strategy can help you to strike the right balance between over and under utilization of resources. Is why I say resource allocation is the most effective method to create an economic stability. It stabilizes expenses, like just how I say before. It helps to reduce the cost of the project. It also estimates how much expensive we need to use to make a certain project. Is why it helps us stabilize how much of the expensive we're going to use for this one project. And then it also estimates income. If we know how much expensive we're going to use, then we could also estimate how much the income we're going to get. And then it helps us make the right decision in developing the economy. From helping us to stabilize expenses, stabilizing the economy stability, and also estimate our income. Automatically, it helps us make the right decision in developing the economy from the expenses prospect and the income. Then if we know all this, it could help us stabilize our economy. It helps us in developing it. I think that's all for my take on this title. Thank you so much for your attention. Good morning. Have a nice day.